Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Glitch Pokemon Blue. As you can see here, I don't have any Pokemon in my party. That's not actually the case, I'm just using a Charizard M to cover them up, so surprise, there they are. If you remember, Charizard M is pretty much the same Pokemon as Q in Pokemon Yellow. Q is also index number 255, that's also why it's called TM55 in Pokemon Yellow. Since both these Pokemon correspond to FF, which is 255, they act like cancel buttons in the party, so that's why they hide anything underneath them. There's going to be a bit more about that later, but we're just going to leave it at that. Now we're going to do the Pokemon Merge glitch, which is why you need this Pokemon, Charizard M, just like Q in Pokemon Yellow. So the setup is pretty simple. You just need 4 Pokemon, the first one to deposit into the box, because there's actually 2 methods of doing this glitch. This is the party one, I'll also show you the PC one here in a little bit. So you want Charizard M or Q in this slot. Number 2, this Pokemon here, which actually is incorrect. I gotta switch these around for my sake. The third one here, which is Charizard in my case, we're gonna call this Pokemon Species Byte 1 to make it simple. And the 4th Pokemon is gonna be Pokemon Species Byte 2, just to be simple. So this Pokemon here in the 3rd slot is going to transfer over the name of the Pokemon and what the game looks at it as. Does that make sense? So it's going to look at it like a Charizard. And it's also going to carry over its shape. Now this Pokemon here will carry over its stats, moves, and palette, the color. So we're going to squish this Pokemon into the Charizard, since when we deposit the Fearow in this case, it will shift everything up. So let's do that now. And then our Pokemon will be here in the 3rd slot still. We'll get another Charizard M here. That one's called Charizard. And we can actually hold on to this or get rid of it. Just keep in mind it's good to have a box delegated for these Pokemon. So here's this Pokemon. Let's show it out in battle. Before that, I'm going to teach it some TMs that I have here, just for the heck of it. Actually, there's really not much of a point in doing this. The whole thing is that it now learns the moves that Charizard would learn, even though it's still looked at, well, it's not really looked at, it's still looked at as a Charizard, but it acts like Japanese symbol, because it has the stats of it, it has the moves of it, and the color. But remember, it still has the shape of Charizard, so let's see what it looks like in battle. Run into the wall, why not? So that's a pretty interesting color. And if you remember, Japanese symbol is index 193. This was the Pokemon that I like to call like the vertical 3 black bars Pokemon. It was really strange, but it has like that black box effect kind of, but it's actually not a black box. It's just like the Pokemon's palette is just all solid black and white. I guess technically, since you can see there that Charizard's not completely like a solid black color. There's black and white. And I think it looks really cool. It's not quite like its shiny form, but I think it's just cool. It's like a black dragon. It's pretty cool. And so that's one way you can, put this glitch to use is by changing the palette of the Pokemon and giving them really good stats. Because the game will still look at that like a Charizard. As you can hear by the cry, you can see by the moves that it will learn, which I taught at that TM Swift. I think I had like Earthquake, Hyper Beam, and Fire Blast. And I somehow, for some reason, because I caught this on the coast, it doesn't have Flamethrower, but for some reason, there's no Flamethrower TM in this game. If there is, I apparently can't find it. I looked for it. I'll probably just put in the description, it's in there. But it doesn't even learn it via TM. That's the thing that I don't understand, is the Charizard doesn't learn it by TM. It learns it by level up, but as far as I know, there's no TM for it. At least that I could find. And so now I'm going to show you something that happens when you mess around with the daycare with this. We're going to toss that Pokemon in there. Leave, and go back in. That's just what I do, you don't have to do that. So you'll see here, if you heard, it played the cry of Charizard. But now it's going to play the cry of Japanese symbol. And it's actually reversed back to how it was. The only difference now is that it kept its moves, which is kind of cool because now you can use this method to get pretty much any glitch Pokemon, any move you want, depending on the Pokemon, so it's actually pretty nice. And like if you use Mew, for example, you can give them any move, because Mew learns any TM, which is pretty crazy. So now let me show you the other method, which is the PC method. PC box method, whatever. So I'll make a cut for that and I'll see you guys there. Alrighty, now for the PC box version of this glitch. All you really need differently is a 5th Pokemon, because you need to have 4 Pokemon in the box. And then you need a 5th one in here, because you know you can't deposit your last Pokemon. And everything else is pretty much the same. This case, I'm going to use Missino and Magmar. And so for this, I'm going to start with Fearow. Then I'm going to do Charizard M. And then we're going to have the color go into Missino. So that's a good way to look at this. So when you're looking at like what Pokemon you want it to be, it's number 3. And what color you want, it's number 4. And then just withdraw the Fearow, or the Pokemon up there. And then I don't know why I left, probably because I'm so used to using the party method. My preferred method, personally. Withdraw, which is going to be in the 3rd slot, right there. So we got a Missino called Magmar. I'm not going to save this state, so I'm just going to leave everything else in there. But we'll have another queue, one that's called Missino, I believe. Or Magmar. No, because that one's called, yeah, it should be called Missino, pretty sure. Now I have to prove it. Oops. This one should be Missino. Yep, there we go, okay. It's another M. Let's get out of here. Let's check out this Pokemon in battle. If you remember from Pokemon Yellow, I actually did something similar to this where I hybridized a Almastar with the yellow Missino, which was actually kind of pretty, it was pretty useful. But in here, not so much, because the Missino in here is not bad. Like, it functions pretty well. And I just remembered something. I think, oh, that's not right. I think, yeah, so its EXP is actually not glitched right now, which is pretty interesting. But once it goes up a level, it will. Also, this Missino has a variable sprite, and it's not red. Well, kind of red. Can you find a Pokemon? Yeah, since I viewed the stats, everything's messed up. But let's see. Change that back. I want to show off another sprite. Different Pokemon. Rattata will work, hopefully. There's barely anything there. That's still pretty cool. Alright, I need one more. Yeah, like, I think it still changes, even based on the same Pokemon. Let's see. I actually don't remember if that's the same. It kind of looks the same, but also not. And as you can see, it scrambles a lot. I have something similar from Yellow too. Now watch this. If I give it a level, I'll actually glitch out its EXP. And so now where we can pretty much only level it up by giving rare candy. And the sprites are all messed up again from doing stats. Like, I think sometimes the sprite's the same, depends on the Pokemon. But when I was testing off screen, there were a lot of times where it was different. But I think it was because I had inverted sprites. Last time for this, and then we're gonna move on to something else. Yeah, see, well, this is Sandshrew. I was thinking of Rattata. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it just changes like all the time. There's a very weird rhyme and reason behind it, but it's not just purely based on the Pokemon itself. And I think we're just gonna end off this little section here. But I'm going to move on to something else, since that's pretty much all there is for this glitch, the merge glitch. There's might be a few more things. There is a big thing that you can do with Dittos, and trading the Gin too. Don't worry about that, that's coming eventually. But I'm not quite there yet. It involves creating shinies out of thin air, which is pretty cool. For now, I'm just actually going to show you some glitch Pokemon, so I'll make a cut when I have my party all set up for that. So I'll see you guys there. Alright, here's our arsenal of glitch Pokemon I'm going to show off. Only 3 of them for now. This is Index 213. Talked over his cry a little bit, but it was like Drowsy Hypno. Like, this one's interesting. That's Index 214. There it is. I was waiting for that. This is 215, if I hadn't already said it. Which is a pretty interesting Pokemon. I like that one from what I've seen. I looked at some of these on Bulbapedia. And we're just gonna show him in the battle. So let me hustle over there. Might as well save a state. Okay. So admittedly I messed up. I meant to make this level 61 because I thought it learned Pedal Dance at level 69. But no, it learns at level 62, so then I made it 68, assuming it was going to be level 69 where it learned that. So that's why all these Pokemon are level 68, in case you were wondering. So I totally messed that up. But it learns Poison Powder at level 69, so might as well show you that. Yeah, Poison Powder. And then, you know, 69 is kind of a funny number. Oh, I thought I clicked the wrong thing there. I don't know why. But I was just gonna say, look at this thing's speed. It's outrageous. You'll see here it actually doesn't have any moves because it has Cool Trainer, and it kind of works out that I accidentally clicked on that Pokemon. It's pretty similar to Capital A, and you'll start seeing some similarities here pretty soon. This Pokemon can learn Earthquake, which is pretty nice and very handy. Well, they can all learn Earthquake. I don't remember that, but this one can learn this. I think this is the only move of the ones that I have here that it can learn. These will be useful later. Now let's see. Put you in now, because I don't really think there's much use in having this anymore. Yeah, things are all messed up sprite-wise because I checked the stats. This should sound pretty familiar. And it should also look pretty familiar because it's, you know, similar to A, capital A, index 191. And then, like I said, it started with Cool Trainer, so we replaced that with Earthquake. And now it's pretty much back to normal. It's a very fast Pokemon, so it's likely to get crits. But the rest of its stats are actually pretty bad, as you can see. Like, it's amazing that Earthquake took it out. I guess just because EQ has a lot of damage. Like, it's a powerful move, and, you know, 18 attack is not terrible, I guess. It is pretty bad for a Pokemon level 69. That's pretty much all the note for this Pokemon. I think one of these Pokemon evolve. Oh, if this one does, I'm pretty sure. Actually, maybe it doesn't. I know that this one does, the one that we combined with Charizard, which I still have in here. If I did the other way, where the game will look at it like Japanese symbol, I believe it evolves into Spearow, so that might get in the way. Now this Pokemon that I have at the top is also going to look familiar, but its cry is absolutely hilarious in my opinion. So just listen up. As described by Bulbapedia, it's a machine gun-like cry. And it does, it's hilarious. I love it. And this Pokemon is actually pretty similar to lowercase a. It shares the same sprite, it shares the same stats, and it also is a hybrid of Poliwhirl, just like A was lowercase a. I believe I wouldn't learn Fire Blast. Might be able to learn this, I don't know, I'm just curious. Yeah, it can learn EQ, I think, because we saw that. I don't want to use it though. And apparently its cry is supposed to be like dependent on what route you're on, so I guess we can try it out really quick. Go somewhere else. I think this area might, like it has a different route cry, or route track. That's the same. It claimed that it was different based on overworld music. Ugh, can't use my fingers. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. But it still has that really, really awesome in-battle cry. There's like nowhere to go for a wild battle besides over here. Jeez, I can't control anything right now. But yeah, that's just so funny to me. I love it. Mega kick! I can't believe it hit. Alrighty, so that wraps up the glitch Pokemon I wanted to show. That's all I really have for them right now. If I find out anything interesting about them... Well, that's cool. It's like the boulder. Oh, there we go. So I guess that works here when we're in the cave. So it's like Jigglypuff. Alright, well, the plot thickens. There's also another thing I forgot to mention, so we're going to go back over here. Let's see if it changes when we're in the I don't think so. Yeah, so I think it's based on one of those items we saw like in the last part actually, where it can change, or even like oh, I don't remember if it was in Yellow or in here, but the item MP where it changes like the music. I think it might have been in here, where if you use MP, it changes the music, like in battle, when you're in the overworld, and when you're in a cave. So I wonder if that's why. That's not the reason why I'm here. I accidentally made a mistake there. I meant to open this up, and if you look at its name like this, oh, that's another thing I just remembered too. It's actually not its full name. There's a terminating character that stops its name from going on. There's actually a real name, a real full name it has, which I can put in the description if you're curious. But as you can see here, it's just 2 symbols. And to me, it looked like the smiley face, like on like clouds and like hills and Super Mario. And like this one in particular looks like it's like angry and like a mischievous face. And I just can't unsee it. And I feel like you guys won't be able to now either. But yeah, I actually like this Pokemon. I hold on to it. It might come up later in the future. Anyway, so that's all for now for the glitch Pokemon. There might be a little bonus. Depending on how it goes, it will show up. So you'll just see that now. Alright guys, here's the little bonus surprise thing that I have for the end of the episode. This should have made an appearance, I believe, when we changed our name. This is like the first guy in Viridian Forest, like to the right. And when you go do the old man glitch, it changes the trainer loadout that you'll face there if you can face a trainer. So this is the one that we got. I'm going to see if this Pokemon can take them all on. That's going to be the little special here, so let's see what happens. This one's a little bit harder than the one I originally had in mind, because that one only had 3 Pokemon, and it swept the whole team. It was pretty cool. That's going to hurt a little bit. He's just fine, though. Yeah, this Pokemon's awesome. Oh, too bad that Fire Punch was not awesome. Yeah, this thing has outstanding stats. Gosh, if only I had Mega Drinks. I'm pretty sure... Well, Charizard can't learn that, but I know this Pokemon can. Pretty sure. I tried to use Horndrill, but it's too slow. Haha. Pidgey. That's pretty easy. Hyper Beam? Yeah, Hyper Beam. Let's see if I can take it out in one shot, because there's actually something pretty cool about that. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure if you take out a Pokemon with Hyper Beam, you don't have to recharge. You can just keep going. Let's test that theory. Yeah, so see, there you go. I can use Hyper Beam again, even though I should have recharged. But I don't think Grimer's gonna get one-shotted, so... Oh, okay, I was like, wow, that would have been crazy. Like, I know they're only a level 11... a level what? I know they're only 11 levels ahead. And so that's not that big of a deal. A level what? Anyway, so yeah, it's not like that big of a jump. But it's just funny that, like, even with that, like, slight, decrease, I guess, or disadvantage is the word I'm looking for, it still takes him down pretty easy. Now, if they're like level 200, that would be hard to do. But I mean, it one-shot some Pokemon that were the same level, which is usually pretty hard to do, unless it's like super effective. Missyno actually has, I don't know if it depends on the Missyno, but Missyno actually has some pretty bad defense. Oh, glitch Pokemon. Alright, I'm not gonna show it just yet in case the game crashes. But yeah, I know some Missynos, like even the one that I had, its defense was lower, so that's probably why it went down in one shot. And yeah, so this Pokemon is pretty awesome, as you can see. Let's see what this glitch Pokemon is. This will be the end of the episode regardless after the fight, or whether I crash. Oh hey, it's this. It should be healthy for the game, hopefully. It has no name. It made the cry of a Krabby, but that doesn't mean it is a Krabby. Or kind of like a Krabby, I guess. Nice. And even this Pokemon has the typing of Charizard, so it doesn't even get the stab from or EQ. So yeah, it's a really good Pokemon. I highly recommend combining it with other Pokemon to make them even better. And it blacks them out, which I think is really cool. Because it's just, I don't know, it's just cool to me. Not that Charizard doesn't look cool, but being in different colors is always cool. That's why we change all our Pikachus to different colors too, because it's just fun. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this episode, please let me know down below. I tried to make it a different style than usual, and it's also going to be a little bit shorter than what we're used to. That's okay. That's the reason why I showed the glitch Pokemon and even this, to make it a little bit longer. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.